So I'm the Women's Officer at the Students' Union, and my role involves representing the interests of women students primarily, but I also work with all the other liberation committees on campus as well, so that's black and minority ethnic students, disabled students and LGBT students as well. So it's a bit of a wider remit than the title might suggest. It's actually more about making sure that the university and the union are sort of diverse and inclusive places for everybody. One things that occur every day will usually be there's somebody that needs to come in and see me about some maybe personal problem or problem that they're having with their department that they need some officer support on. There's quite a lot of meetings with the university, so I sit on most of the committees that are related to either things like widening participation, equality and diversity, accessibility issues, and then within the union there's working on our officer objectives. So I do a lot of work with the student voice department in things like running campaigns, so I worked with them quite closely when we were planning for Reclaim the Night March back in November. I tend to go to the Women's Committee meetings every week and get some feedback on things that we're doing and sometimes suggestions for other things that we might be doing in addition. We also send out things like surveys quite regularly to students as well. So at the moment we're doing one on students with caring responsibilities and whether the Students' Union's providing sufficient services and sufficient products for them. So particularly if you're a parent, like the number one request we get is please sell baby wipes. So that's something that we're going to start doing. So we're currently in the Student Voice office, and this is Colin, who is the Student Voice Bear, and he is very helpful and a very good friend of mine. But I come in here for help with things like campaigns. So we're running a positive self-image campaign towards the end of March, which the Student Voice team helps with. I'm also on the elections committee for next year's officer elections, and this is where all the elections hubbub happens. So here we are at the Student Advice Centre, which is located on the ground floor of the Students' Union. And this is a place that students can come to get advice and support and access lots of other services around the university. So this is quite helpful for me because a lot of the time students will come in and see me about personal problems or problems that they might be having with their course, and this is somewhere that I can refer them to for further support. We do a lot of other external kind of support stuff as well. So for example, we have an eating disorders support group called Bite Back, which students can access, and we give out things like free STI testing kits, condoms and pregnancy kits, all of which come from the Student Advice Centre.